leather, yellow leather, what is due to die today in a minute or two to two. 20 dwarves took turns. Poker, 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 poker. Good morning, how are you? Et cetera, et cetera. Gonna do things a little differently today. I'm not gonna be driving around in the truck talking with my friends. It's gonna be, no, poker, 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 poker. All right. This is me stuck in traffic looking at a sign. But now it's poker, 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 poker. 47 hands in 98 minutes. That's right. Entire session review, every single hand. Oh yeah. Hand number one, I've got 10-6 in the hijack, and I fold. Ooh, what a start. Hand number two, the cutoff. I got pocket sixes. It is folded around to me. I make it $6. No one calls. Hand three, under the gun +2. I've got 7-4 offsuit. I fold. Hand number four, under the gun. I'm in the straddle. I got 10-6 of spades. Oh boy, this is a good one. Okay, so fold, fold. Very good player across to my left. He knows who he is. How are you, sir? Good to see you. He makes it 12. Folds back around to me. Now this is my fourth hand, and this would be an excellent time to just play it cool, lay low, fold, and get a feel for the table. Figure out who's doing what, who's winning, who feels like they're lucky today. Get a feel for the table. Or maybe do something crazy, like 3-bet him and try to take it down pre-flop. What about option number 3? Just call? Don't love that one, but that's what we did. I just call, and the flop comes down Jack, Jack 6. Okay, if you're gonna play some shit like 10-6, but you flop a 6, that's actually pretty good. Very good aggressive player, makes a continuation bet of $12 into about a $25 pot, give or take. I feel like he's going to do this with all of his premium hands, his ace kings, his ace queens, his king queens, his ace tens, all of his premium hands, even his 8s and 9s and 10s, right? Probably going to do a continuation bet, right? I see no reason to raise at this point. I also think calling is a very good idea as long as I have a plan, and that plan would be to attack him on the turn. So let's call now. I call, turn brings up a 5. Great. Now we got Jack, Jack, 6, 5. I check it with some devious plans. He takes the bait, bets out for 15 into, what do we got now, 50, 40? I glance at his stack, he's got maybe 40 behind, enough that he would be willing to, want to hang on to it if I shove all in here, which I do, and he snap calls with his king jack of spades, having flopped 3 of a kind. He was never worried, always winning, well played. The irony being that even if a whole shitload of spades came out, I would have lost because he had king jack of spades and I had 10-6 of spades. I've talked about this before. Don't do anything weird or stupid or fancy for the first hour. Be an observant, intelligent student of the table and get settled in. 5th hand is my big blind. I don't remember what it was, but I know I folded. 6th hand is my small blind, and I've got ace-5 of spades. More importantly, this is the splash pot.
Splash pot ridiculousness.
How about I made the vlog?
On the hand you won? Guaranteed that's not going in.
I know that has
my
to.
voice goes out.
My shameful play with the 10-6. No, that has to.
Follow Marty Popper, please. Really good content. Really good content.
Like, subscribe, and leave comments.
Subscribe, follow, all the above.
What's a splash pot? It's when the casino puts a little extra money into the table and everybody goes crazy trying to get it. In this case, an extra $50 goes in. We got a 1-2 game, right? An extra $50 splash pot. Player to my right shoves his stack in, about 40 or 50. Player on my right shoves in. I shove in with my ace-5 of spades. We got another shove, another shove. There's about 6 of us shoving around 50 or 60s. 300, 350 in the pot with the splash. Everybody's getting the right odds to play this crazy hand. Does the ace-king to my right win? No. Do I win with my ace-5? No. Does the 7-8 suited win? No. What takes it down? A buddy David across the way with his 10-3 off. He takes down the massive $300 pot. Nice hand. The very next hand, I'm on the button and I get pocket queens. Oh, this hand. This is a dirty, nasty, rotten little hand. Enjoy. Pocket queens on the button. We have a limper and the cutoff on my right makes it $7. At this point, I should probably raise it up, make sure it at least goes head to head, but I don't. For some reason, I'm still so distracted by the ace-5 and the splash pot, and I've just sat down. I'm really not playing great yet. I just called the 7. Other player calls. 3 of us are going to see a flop, which comes 9, 10, queen, all diamonds. What the hell? Check, cut off bet 7, it's back on me. Decision point. Do we start piling it in? It's an incredibly wet, coordinated board. I've got two opponents. They didn't already make their hand. They've already got draws. Do I pile it in now? But for some reason, I glance over at the jackpot board and I'm thinking, you know what? This is a potential jackpot hand. We got straight flush cards out there. I flopped a set. I don't want to scare off the guy with a 7-8 of diamonds. I want him to stick around. I want to get 4 queens and a straight flush and we all make tens of thousands of dollars. That's my excuse for just calling on the flop. 3 of us see the turn, which brings out an 8. Now we've got an 8, 9, 10 queen on the board. A 4-liner, all you need is a random jack in your hand to make a straight. Also, there's a flush on the board. This time, when it's checked and bet to me, I know I'm losing. Someone has a straight, someone has a little flush. I need to fill up on the river. I just call. The river brings the jack. So let's review. On the board, we got the 8, the 9, the 10, the jack, and the queen. My top set is now useless, and I'm playing the board. The player on my left now leads out for $9 into our $60 or $70 pot, and the player on my right just calls. What do you do? Well, I hate to even report that it never even occurred to me to raise. Why don't I get aggressive on the river, shove all in, put them to the test, pretend like I've got the ace high flush, pretend like I've got the nuts, maybe I've got ace king of diamonds, maybe I've got an ace king with 1 diamond and I just made the Broadway straight. Let's pretend I've got that hand. Let's take it to them. Let's take it to the streets. Let's play some poker. It's not what I did. I just fold. I hate it. I hate it. Neither of them has a king. They split up my money. Disgusting. Horrible. Disgusting. Next hand. Hand number 8, I've got king 5. I fold pre-flop. Hand number 9, I got something. I fold. Hand number 10, I've got ace queen. There's a couple limps to me. I make it 12. No one calls. Hand number 11, under the gun +2. I've got ace 5. I see a flop, then I fold. Hand number 12, I'm under the gun. I've got the straddle on. I've got 2, 3 of spades. We see a flop. It's, I think, ace king 7. I fold. Hand number 13, I'm in the big blind. I've got 5, 7. I fold to a raise pre-flop. Hand number 14, I've got 4, 6 in the small blind. I fold to a raise pre-flop. Hand number 15, I've got king 3 on the button. I fold to a raise pre-flop. Hand number 16, I've got 10, 3 of clubs in the hijack. I do see a flop, but then I fold. Hand number 17 is my straddle. Somebody makes it 12. I don't remember what I have, but I called and I folded on the flop. Hand number 18 is another straddle. Oh, for people who are really paying attention, sometimes when you're playing shorthanded, you'll get a straddle, but then somebody will sit down and take the big blind and you'll get a chance to straddle 2 in a row. So sometimes I'll do 2 straddles in a row, or I might jump from my big blind to my button because somebody goes all in. So if you're paying close attention and you're like, wait, Marty, it's not perfectly in order, it's because sometimes people get up and leave and it messes up the order a little bit. All right. So 18, I straddle again. I've got a 7-4, somebody raises it and I fold pre-flop. Hand number 19, it's my big blind and I've got queens again. There's 2 limpers to me. I make it $8. I get 1 caller, so heads up to a flop, which is king 10, 5, and he leads into me. Huh. What's he leading into me with exactly? Pocket 5s for a flop set of 5s? No. If he's got ace king, wouldn't he have maybe re-raised pre-flop or want to check raise me? What has he got? I'm mystified by this lead. Not knowing what to do, I decide to simply call. I'm not going to fold my queens to a single bet. The turn pairs the board. Now I'm looking at king 10, 5, 5, and he leads into me again. What's he leading with? Is he really leading with a weak king? Because that's what he has. A good king is either raising pre-flop or going to check raise me on the flop. Now we've got king 10, 5, 5. It's the turn. He leads into me again. At this point, I probably should just say, okay, I know you got a weak king. I fold. I don't. I call. And then when an 8 falls on the river, he checks to me again. What do you do? Well, we know what he has. He's got a weak king. I'm not going to win with my queens. My only way to win this one, get my thumbs into it and shove it all out there. That would put the pressure on any single pair holding that he might have, other than an ace king, which is an easy call, but we know he doesn't have ace king. Well, that's what I should have done. That's what I could have done, but I didn't. On the river, he checks to me. I just turn over my queens, and guess what? I lose to his king 3. But that's why I'm doing this, right? That's why I'm thinking about this. That's why I'm making this vlog and thinking about this and analyzing it so that I can recognize these situations and play it better next time. And I will next time. Hand number 20, I fold my small blind. Hand number 21, I'm back on the button with an 8-9. Somebody makes a raise, I fold. Hand number 22, we're short right now. We're short players right now, so I'm right back in the cutoff. I've got 5-6, somebody makes a raise, pre-flop, I fold. The next hand, hand number 23, I got the 3-4, somebody makes a bet, I fold. Hand number 24, I'm under the gun +2. I've got Jack-4 offsuit, I fold. Hand number 25, under the gun, I put a straddle on. I have the 10-3 offsuit. The flop is like Ace-King-4, I fold. Hand number 26, big blind. I've got the deuce-4. Okay, there's a limp and another limp. And I look down at my deuce-4 and I swear I'm about ready to throw it into the pot when I realize there's two limpers. The small blind just folds and, oh, okay, so I'll check. Guess we're gonna see a flop. Flop comes 3, 5, Jack. And I'm tempted to just lead out with my straight draw, but there's really no pot, and I'm like, I check. Next player checks. Next player checks. We see a turn, which is a 9. At this point, I've got nothing. There's no pot. I check. No pot. One card left to come. I'm ready to give up on this hand. I check. Player on my left bets 5, and then the player across from me surprises me by calling 5. Well, now I can close out the action by calling 5, and if I hit it, it's going to be pretty hidden. Well, I call the 5, and ace drops on the river. I've just made the nuts in the most concealed way. I think about leading out, but I really think I need to give the player across me some rope, so I check. I get a check. Player across me bets 15. It's back on me. I glance over to stack. He's got about 50 or 60 behind. Not bad, considering there's 25 or 30 in the pot at this point. I don't think about it too long. For a second, I think of doing a min click, but that just looks way too strong. And the nice thing about me saying all in is I could be bluffing, you know, and maybe he got 2 pairs. So I think about it for just a bit. I announce all in. We get one fold. The player who made it 15 rather quickly and disgustedly says, I call, I've got a set of 5s, turned him over, and I was like, yeah, I made the straight by 2-4. He wasn't thrilled. Sorry, player, nice hand. I did suck out on you, but you let me get there by keeping it very cheap. But hey, I got lucky. Moving on. Next hand, there's a little confusion where the button's supposed to be. Somehow it ends up on me. I've got 10 Jack. I make a bet. I take it down on the flop. Next hand, number 28. I've got 8-3 offsuit. I fold. Next hand, number 29, back in the straddle with an ace-5. I get no action. Hand number 30, big blind, 8-4. I fold pre-flop. Hand number 31, 6-3 of diamonds. I fold pre-flop. Hand number 32, I play my button. I fold, and then I move over to a new table. I move into the big blind. I fold that hand. My very next hand, I get 5-6 in the small blind. I fold that hand. Then I'm on the button with 6-4. I fold that hand. Next hand, I'm in the cutoff with the 5-6. I fold. I see a flop, but I fold. Hand number 36, I got 10-3 in the hijack. I fold. Hand number 37, I got Jack-8 in middle position. I fold. Hand number 38, under the gun +2, 7 deuce. My first 7 deuce, fold it. Hand number 39, under the gun here in the straddle, I've got Jack-10. A few of us see the flop. I take a stab at this. I throw out 15 on the flop against 2 other players, manage to take down a small pot. I fold my big blind, then it's my small blind with 9-10. I see a flop, and then I fold. I've got 10-5 on the button, fold pre-flop to a raise. Jack-8 suited in the cutoff. I like this, but there's a bet and a 3-bet, so I fold. 8 deuce in the hijack, I fold pre-flop. Hand number 45, we're almost done. 2 after this. I don't love the way I played this hand. I've got Jack-9 suited, under the gun +2. There's a couple of folds, a late position raise, and one of the blinds calls the $22. Perfect opportunity to squeeze. 3-bet, get them both out, take down the flop pre, or maybe just fold, get out of the way. This isn't your hand. I went with option C. Call, hope to get lucky. Guess what? I call, I miss the flop entirely. I check, he bets, he calls, I get out of there. Don't love that hand. Hand number 46, I'm under the gun. I have a straddle on, somebody raises, I fold, which brings us to hand 47, the last hand of the night. And boy, is it a doozy. A little backstory. The player on my left, wild and crazy and aggressive, and he has just been pouncing. Any opportunity, when he senses weakness, he's on it. Well, I'm in the big blind with ace-8 of spades. He's got the straddle on. The button makes a raise to 22. At this point, decision time. What do? I can raise, try to make it heads up with the button, but I think my best play here is to feign some weakness, give the crazy man on my left some rope, and hopefully he'll go nuts with like a 2-4 again, a 2-3, an 8-4, just any kind of 2-card holding hand. So I just called the $22 with my ace-8 suited. He instantly goes all in, button gets out of the way. I'm thinking, perfect, just what I wanted. Heads up against a wild man whose range is basically any 2 cards in the deck. I make an easy call for the remainder of my chips, about 80, solid $180 pot in front of us. And of course, this time, the wild man has ace-queen of clubs. I've got ace-8 of spades. The governor does not call. There will be no pardon. I will walk the plank. No miracles. He takes it down. I go home. I make the slow, sad walk to the truck. And that was 47 hands in 98 minutes. Say good night. Where's my hand? Oh, he killed it because I lost. Oh, so that's what this guy looks like. My brain is fried. I have been editing nonstop to get this out in support of my boys in blue. Game 5 tonight. I predict Dodgers 7, Padres 5. Just a quick note, I didn't even plan on recording this session because it was going to be a short session. And then at the last second, I thought, you know what would be fun and quick and easy if I just record every single hand? Not quick and easy. Fun? Yes. I hoped you liked this one. It's a lot of effort. I'm very happy with it. Went to a couple of cool places this week that I want to share with you. If for some reason you'd never been to the Larchmont Wine and Cheese Shop to get a sandwich, so much better than like a Subway or a Jersey Mike. I like Jersey Mikes, but so much better. And $6, $6.50 for a baguette, salami. Look at this thing. This is nice. Also, we got some ice cream in Montrose at Moo Moo Mia. I think it's like Mamma Mia. That's what they're going for there. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.